Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, I just got out of the shower and I've been wanting to do this react to Melissa Gold Tarot's tarot reading for a minute, but everything just kept getting in the way. A lot of things have happened over the last 3 days. As everybody knows, Chantal went on the Lolcow panel with Keemstar, Boogie, Wings of Redemption, everybody up there, and she got properly roasted. And how did she respond to that? Well, she didn't respond to it with grace. She did a video claiming to have been violated, which led to Keemstar inviting Yaba and FFG up on panel and giving Keemstar some of the dirt on Chantal, not all of it, but enough of it to where Keemstar has made the decision that he is not going to hire Chantal to be part of the Lolcow Queens panel. And that was something that Chantal was counting on to save her financially. The videos that Chantal has done recently after the blast, the fallout, y'all, Foodie is literally falling apart right in front of us. Even though she's trying really hard to act unbothered, she's clearly bothered. Like she's devastated, absolutely devastated. She was really hoping that she would be accepted onto the Lolcow Live panel or Lolcow Queens, and that door was shut and locked in her face. Uh, it's just been one thing after another. And Chantal, I think I can honestly say that I feel that you are experiencing your tower moment right now. The hammer has swung down and you are feeling the effects of that. And I'm not saying that because I want the tower moment to happen to you. It's not a matter of me wanting it to happen or girl world wanting it to happen. It's happening because it needs to happen. You know, tower moments can be devastating. They can be chaotic. They can be painful. But sometimes tower moments, they can be for the greater good. What have you been doing in Kuwait? You have not been yourself. You've not been happy. You've been miserable, basically fooling yourself into believing that you're happy when you're not. And that's exactly why the tower moment is happening. Because all of this stuff going on with you and Salah and being in Kuwait, it needs to break apart. For all parties involved, it needs to break apart. And you like to talk about karma. So let's talk about karma for just a second. What is karma? What is it truly? Karma is not what other people wish for you. Karma is, how shall we say, karma is a collector. It really is. It's a collector. It collects the things that you do, the things that you say, good energy versus bad energy. And right now, you have bad credit. You are in the red. You are way down in the red. You have not balanced out the bad with any kind of true, honest, sincere good. And that's why the tower moment is happening. Because fate will always step in and do what's best for you, even if it hurts you. So I would like to go over Melissa Gold Tarot's reading about Foodie and the panel, and I would like to give my thoughts. I will leave a link for the original video down below in the description. Y'all check out the video. Check out Melissa Gold Tarot and all of her wonderful content. She does all kinds of readings about so many different things, and she's very entertaining. So without further ado, let me bring up Miss Melissa Gold Tarot, and we can go over the reading together because I've got my thoughts. So y'all ready? All right, let me just blow this up full screen, and here we go.
For entertainment purposes only. But let's ask some questions and see what the cards have to say. I guess we'll start with Chantal's energy. Show me what's going on with Chantal. Dare I peek? Buzz me through the blinds, please, of Chantal's mind. Show me like current energy, please. Like, what is she feeling currently? What is she feeling currently? So the Five of Cups. Yeah, like the energy that is focused on what they don't have instead of what they do have. I think that was like thunder in the background. I don't know if you guys could hear that. Sorry about that. Truck went by. The dog is Eric is barking next door. It's just chaos here. Um, and this Knight of Pentacles usually represents of all the knights. The knights take action, and the Knight of Pentacles of all the knights, he's slow. He takes his time. His horse isn't even moving. I feel like this is here because Chantal is just focused on what she feels she has lost, okay, by doing the Lolcow pod thing, panel, whatever, show. And maybe really like worried about how it's affecting or going to affect her and Salah's relationship. But this
Sorry to stop you, Melissa. When I tried to react to this reading before and I just got sidetracked and distracted, the first word that came to my mind from spirit about those two cards was abandonment. So, what does that mean? Like, why would I get that word abandonment? I got the feeling that uh, Chantal, she has her main channel, which is still active. She has the Beezers on there, which are still active. But I got a sense that she was looking to, in a way, walk away from her main channel and just work mostly for Keemstar because there was definite money on that side of the fence versus her side. Like she was, for the most part, done with the Foodie Beauty channel. Like she had reached a place inside and outside of herself where she just figured, like, I can't do anything more for this channel, with this channel. I don't have the health. I don't have the energy. I don't have the drive. I don't have the ideas. She's just reached a dead end with her main Foodie Beauty channel. She doesn't know what to do with the Foodie Beauty channel. She knows what she could do, but what she could do would mean she would have to leave Salah and leave Kuwait and go back home to Canada to do it. And that in of itself presents a set of challenges because if she went back to Canada, she would have to find a home base and a place to live and get all set up. And does she have the money for that? I don't think she does. I think she's so low on money that she is doing everything in her power to hold on to Kuwait because if she's forced to go back to Canada, she really won't have a home base. Certainly not to the degree where she can keep her narcissistic pride and vanity in place. See, Chantal is one of those people that no matter what's going on, she has to put out the feeling, the image that she is doing better than the rest of us peasants. If we're living in a house, she has to live in a mansion. Whatever money we're making, she's making more. You guys get the idea. She doesn't want to go back to Canada and live, say, in a motel room for a month to get herself started. She's getting egg on her face by being in Kuwait with Salah. But if she came back to Canada, she would get more egg on her face because she would have to hear Girl World say over and over and over again, "We told you so." Because we have been telling her so. That this whole thing was stupid, it was a mistake, and she doesn't want to admit that we were right. So to avoid facing that, she's willing to nearly go broke. At this point in time, Chantal, it's not about winning or losing. You've already lost. Now the big question is, how much are you willing to lose? Because either way you go, you're going to lose Salah. You do realize that, right? You are going to lose him. Either A, you're going to run out of money in Kuwait, and he's going to kick you all the way back to Canada. He's going to put you on a plane and send you back there. Or B, you're going to have to go back there and you're going to lose him anyway. So either way you go, you're going to lose Salah. You shouldn't worry about him. He's got family and friends. He'll be fine. It's about self-preservation and survival now. You got to think about yourself. The smartest thing for you to do would be to shake hands with Salah and go back to Canada, eat the crap from Girl World, start over and get things going again. But your pride and your vanity are expensive. They've cost you so much over the last 3 years. And now you've arrived at a place where your main channel, the channel that you spent the last 7, 8 years building, you put everything into, it's dead in the water, to the point where you, as a 100K channel, you're looking at an 80K channel to save your butt, to hire you for a job. You don't like working for other people, but in an effort to save yourself financially and to keep the fake phony husband around, you wanted to go work for somebody. Well, that option's now off the table. So now what do? I think you're going to have to do what you have to do. The one thing you don't want to do, you're going to have to go back home to Canada. Because this last ditch effort did not pan out. But right now, I feel like your energy is, you're looking at your main channel. You don't know what to do with it. You wanted to walk away from it. I kept hearing the word abandonment. Like you practically abandoned your main channel. And certainly with this whole month of December, you haven't done much. In the years past, knowing that December was the month of the year when YouTubers get paid, you were doing back to back to back live streams and videos, just trying to capitalize. But you've not done it this month. Why? Because you lost your fire. Because you're not excited over your channel anymore. You've just essentially, in a way, walked away from it. But that's what I got from these cards, is that Chantal's devastated. And she's falling apart in front of us. And she wants to walk away from her Foodie Beauty channel because she's arrived at a place where she does not know what to do with it. And the one thing she could do, she can't do in Kuwait.
Knight of Pentacle, I feel like, is here. It's like Chantal wishing she had been more patient and thought about things. Like, I feel like they offered for her to be on that show and she just like impulsively accepted. She didn't really think about, or, personally, what I feel in my gut is that she did prepare. Like, I tried to do this reading yesterday, and when I asked this question, I had gotten a page of sword, and I felt like, yeah, she did her little like bit of investigating on the other females that are on that show specifically, is what I felt. And I think she really felt like, oh, I'm prepared to go up against, these people on this panel, and I'm a virtuous energy now. I'm a Muslim woman, like, and if they do bring up A, B, or C, the things from my past or whatever, the things I can't change, I'll have my comebacks, like whatever. And I think it didn't go the way that she in her mind had envisioned, because in her mind, she's like this quick-witted, hilarious personality. And I think she felt, all right, yeah. So how did she feel like once she did the episode?
She thought she was going to go up on Lolcow Live. She would be received with hugs and kisses and, oh, look, Foodie Beauty is here. She thought she could step out of Girl World onto another site where they were not familiar with all the lore like those of us in Girl World are. Apologies, guys. My roommate is using the vacuum if you can hear her. But she thought she could step out of Girl World and no one would know as much as Girl World knows. She did not count on Tina knowing at least some of the lore and getting called out for certain things. She wasn't ready for it. She didn't anticipate it. She should have anticipated it because, you know, she advertised herself as being on the panel, and she made it known that she was hanging out in the Lolcow panel's chat for months. So once again, just like with the fashion show, she let the cat out of the bag. And then once she did, Girl World found out, and they were in the chat. People were saying things in the chat as well as people saying things up on panel. And she did give consent for her picture to be shown. At the same time, she was wearing a hijab and an abaya. She went up there as a Muslim woman. She was cursing. She was getting mad. She portraying herself as something and then acting completely out of pocket and getting mad about it. And then after the panel was over, saying she had been violated. Like she just kept shooting herself in the foot because she was mad. She didn't get her way.
And I don't know if I want to take all that. Show me a little something about, like, how does she feel now? How is she feeling now about so the Chariot, the Ace of Sword, I'm sorry, Page of Sword, the card I was just talking about, and Death is here. This is Cancer energy, this is Scorpio energy. The Chariot. So this is about, like, our path and sometimes physically moving. Again, this Page of Sword I'm seeing here, sometimes this represents an energy that, like, it's knowledge. It's finding something out. It also sometimes is the energy that instead of talking, they're, like, stalking or, like, watching in the background, like, trying to get information. What I just felt is, like, some of this could be Salah actually sitting down and watching this. I think he definitely saw some of the reaction channels.
I've actually heard somebody somewhere sent clips of the panel to Salah's father or members of his family. Now, when it comes to Salah, here's how I feel. I feel that anything that Chantal wants to do to herself, whether helpful or harmful, he doesn't care as long as it makes him money. But the moment that something happens that she says or she does that pertains to him, his personal humiliation and embarrassment, or embarrassment for the family name or towards his family, he cares about that. So Chantal went up on panel and everybody was discussing his special fetish, and she was laughing right alongside everybody else. He wasn't happy. He definitely wasn't happy. Not at all.
Talking about this. I feel like this is here because Chantal wishes she had moved differently, made different moves, thought more about what, or she's trying to present it to Salah, or she really thought in her mind, like, this was going to move me to a different place, a new platform. Okay, I think she thought that she was going to do so great on this and was really going to be embraced by the panel, or like I said, did her little research and had her jokes ready, but, like, I don't think it went as she planned at all. And this is here, so, like, she could actually wish she was not here anymore. Like, when something happens and you're so embarrassed or you feel so stupid about it, and you're like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like a teenage girl screaming, like, like I fart, like, so like I farted in front of, like, the whole class, and now I wish I was, that this, would come, the Grim Reaper would come for me. But, like, it's not that bad that you shouldn't be here no more. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, But yeah, I think she's feeling like she wishes she wasn't here anymore right now. Like she could hide her face. I think the backlash, and I think that's what this is representing too, that she thought she was making this like move that was gonna bring attention, but it's all the attention it's bringing is like really bad.
Yeah, that's an understatement. All the attention that it's bringing is really bad, and it's just gotten progressively worse. I mean, Lolcow Live, they're still talking about Foodie and the lies that she told on them, on other people, the things she said about Yaba. She's on their radar. And not only that, Chantal has awakened sleeping bears in the form of Music Biz Marty. She knows all about Marty. They've had their run-ins together. Like she poked that bear and she lived to regret it. And he's awake again and said, like, keep at me and I'll zing you one more time. He don't care. He'll get more creative with it this time. So she has managed to not only tick off Girl World, but channels outside of Girl World that are huge. Like there's a lot of eyeballs on her right now. The fallout just keeps happening. And that's because Chantal doesn't know when to shut up and retreat. She keeps trying to portray herself as I am strong and I'm unbreakable and I'm untouchable and nothing bothers me. But anybody watching her latest videos, you can see she's falling apart right in front of us. Physically, emotionally, mentally, she is falling apart. Like there is so much fallout that she doesn't have a broom big enough to clean it all up. She can't excuse it away. She can't hide it. She can't escape from it. She's standing in the middle of the rubble saying, what did I just do? She's learning that words and actions, they do have serious consequences.
Is extra negative, and I think any of the Muslim audience that she had built or was hoping to attract, like forget it. You know, they're cutting you off. I don't know if this has to do with the relationship, all right, with Salah. So, like, meaning this could be the end. Like, this could be the thing. Am I so on the bottom, I see this Six of Sword, Empress, and the Five of Pentacle. This is a card about a person that is like escaping. Usually we say like they're trying to get away and go towards a better day. And then we see the Empress here, which is like mother energy, also creative energy. All right, she creates and like she births things, new things. And this Five of Pentacles is about an energy that feels like a door's been closed on them, and underneath that is the 30 of Pentacle. So I think she's like presenting it to. I think Salah is like more than just pissed, and I think she's trying to present it to him like this was misrepresented to me. Like she's saying to Salah, she thought it was going to move her towards a new way to create, and like instead, you know, the people that said they were going to work with her or wanted to work with her really were setting her up to fail from the beginning.
Yeah, but that's not how it goes. I mean, Keemstar was on board with working with Foodie. She got up on the Lolcow Live panel and they said they really liked her. But that was before they knew everything they know now. And that was before Keemstar realized that, Lolcow or not, she's a walking, talking liability. And that is something that he, as a businessman, does not need and does not want. He can deal with somebody who's a Lolcow that brings the energy and the entertainment to the table and helps him make money. But if somebody is going to be a toxic, wild card liability, he doesn't want anything to do with that. And she really screwed up because in a recent live stream, she was asking for somebody's information. She was wanting to dox somebody, and he's not going to put up with that. So it was a series of really bad choices. It was a bad choice for her to go up on the Lolcow panel. It was a bad choice for her to go up there thinking that Girl World wouldn't find out, wouldn't have their comments, that information would not get back around to Keemstar. It was a really bad choice for her to do that live where she accused Keemstar and friends of violating her and then turn around and try to blame Yaba for the untimely passing of another. It was just one bad emotional choice after another. And that is what has led to the door of opportunity being shut in her face. She doesn't know what to do with her main channel, but at the same time, she doesn't know how to work with people. She hasn't worked with other people in years. So even if Keemstar did hire her, she would not be a good fit. Like her time on Lolcow Queens or the Lolcow Live panel would not last long. She's not a work with other people, be on a panel kind of person. She is I have to have the spotlight all to myself. I don't want anybody getting more time online than I am. She doesn't play well with others. She just doesn't.
And they're liars, they're manipulative energies. You know, they offered me something, but they never really were going to give it to me. Like this.
Like that's the spin she's telling Salah. Oh, it's their fault. They lied to me. They never lied to Foodie. They never said, Chantal, you're hired. And we're starting you out at this base pay, and you start at this time. She was brought on as a guest for free. And they have said outright they do not pay people that go up there as guests. FFG and Yaba did not ask for payment. They just went up there to let Keemstar and everybody else know who Foodie was, but they never asked for payment. But Chantal was desperate to get on that panel. She paid a membership fee to get in the Discord for a chance to be up on panel. So they gave her a shot, and she blew it. She absolutely blew it. If they didn't hire her, she could have walked away with grace, gone back to her channel, worked really, really hard. They might have seen the potential in her later and hired her then. But she slammed the door in her own face. So that's been shut down.
A seat on the panel, to be one of us, to be friends with us. The camaraderie of, like, did I say that? I think I mispronounced that, but you know what I'm trying to say. Let's just ask, I guess, about, yeah, there's that three of sword. I think Salah definitely knew about what was happening sooner than she, like, has said to the audience, meaning I feel like he is actually really hurt about this. And he may have even said to her, like, I need time to heal. He may have left the house and went to, like, a family member's or something.
You know what's interesting about you saying that, Melissa? There's a feeling lately that he has been absent, that he is completely noped out, like he is not around Chantal at this present time. And that's why she's flipping out, that he is just noped out. He's somewhere else. He's keeping his distance. You watch her latest videos, her face looks extremely puffy. Her eyes look red from crying. There's something going on beyond her bad health. There's something going on. There's something going on in the background. She's not ready to tell us yet, but there's something going on between her and Salah.
Because of this attention now that it's bringing, and I feel like it has to do more so about what she said or allowed the panel to say, or like what she added to what the panel had said when it came to Salah and the Kybella situation.
Yeah, she was basically laughing with everybody else about his scat fetish. I'm sure he didn't like seeing that. Do I think that Salah knows everything? I don't think he knows everything yet, y'all. I don't think he's aware of everything. I think Chantal has covered up parts of it for now, but his big flip out moment is going to happen when he finds it all out.
Yeah, I think he actually has walked out. Like, I need space. This is about like healing the star. Yeah, I'm seeing that again. All right, show me Salah's energy. What is Salah feeling right now about Chantal? About her appearance? Does he know about it? Like, I feel like, yeah. All right. He got a message probably right away from someone that is a friend or something. Pages are messages. This judgment card, are you serious? He probably saw, he might have been watching it while she was on it. Like, she thinks he's stupid and doesn't know what's going on. All right, show me Salah, please. Buzz me through the blinds of Salah's mind. What is Salah feeling about Chantal and this appearance? Alright, so the 9 of Sword and this 2 of Cup. Ugh, I'm seeing this like jumping out at me. So I'm seeing again Judgment on the bottom, the King of Pentacles, and the Star. This is where he could really be like you really put me in a situation where you made me look like I'm not a stable person. And he,
One of Chantal's downfalls is she imagines herself to be smarter than everybody else. You thought the same thing about Natter, Chantal. How did that work out for you? You thought Natter was just some stupid, push around crackhead. How did that work out for you? You thought you could just control him with your money and you could get what you want. You tried for an entire year. Not only did you not get what you want, but somebody else got what you wanted, what you paid for. And here we are again with Salah. You over there fooling yourself into thinking he's stupid. He doesn't have a fluent grasp of English. So I can say what I want and do what I want and lie about it and explain it away and he'll never find out. But you don't count on the fact that maybe, just maybe, there might be people connected to Salah, perhaps family members or friends that could tell him what was going on. He might have people watching you and reporting back to him because he wants to keep tabs on you. You've always thought he's dumb. He can't figure things out. I could take advantage. What is that I said, Chantal? I said you can get away with something some of the time, but not everything all of the time. And so it is, and so it has been. You got away with a lot of stuff in your life, but eventually those things catch up with you. Eventually, your bad karma catches up to you, and it looks like it's catching up to you. And no, it's not about girl world. We have not created that karma for you. You created it. It's all yours of your own design. But don't think for a minute the Salah doesn't know what's going on. Don't think he won't find out your lies. He will. He absolutely will.
he's been stable for her. Okay? Like, as far as, or he feels that way. The Wheel of Fortune I'm seeing here. All right, so
He's angry. He's like, I have been cool in front of the camera with this woman. I have played my part. I have not been abusive to her at all on camera. I've not said any bad words to her, like trying to be a gentleman. And this is how she does me. She gets up on a panel and she talks about my fetish, which was embarrassing enough the first time, but it gets brought up and she's laughing about it with other people. Like, I've done what I was supposed to do. I did what I was paid to do. And she's going to embarrass me and bring this all back up? Yeah, he's mad.
So the Nun Swords though came out. This is an energy that feels like they're in a nightmare. I usually sometimes I say or describe this as the person that feels like they are in a waking nightmare. But it can represent trouble sleeping, being stressed out, okay, anxiety, and the Two of Cups. This is the love relationship. So I feel like this is for two reasons here. One, because he's like in a nightmare, feeling kind of stuck right now with Chantal. But I also feel like this is here representing Kybella. Okay, just the fact that that was brought up on the show, in the way that they spoke about it, and specifically the way Chantal's.
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at that swords card and the two of cups card, and I'm this is just me. I'm taking it a different way. I'm taking it as those two cards represent Chantal and Salah, like how they both feel about one another. Like they both feel trapped with each other. And what am I going to do, and how am I going to fix this, and where do I go from here? Like the swords card is a person laying in bed with the swords over them. Like there's thoughts, there's feelings, there's emotions piercing their mind because the swords are going through the head, and the person looks like they're crying. It's just like, what do I do about this? Like like all the swords, look at all the swords, they're pointing towards the couple. The sword card is pointing directly towards the two of cups. So the person's anxiety, depression, sadness, all because of that. All because of that. So it's like, what do I do? What do I do about this union, which is toxic? How do I fix it? Do I break it apart? Do I walk away? If I walk away, how do I do it the right way? Chantal and Salah are both plagued by those swords. How do I separate away from the other person and not taking any damage?
Spoke about it. Yeah, making him sound like he has no control. That he's like he this Knight of Wands. He can be. This is the knight that takes action. So it was like, yeah, yeah. Oh, he went out and took action with his. Not something I would do because I'm so vanilla. I'm so vanilla. Yeah, whatever. I might even ask about that because no one really wants to know. That's why I don't really go into it. But I've seen in not many of my readings, but one or two, I've seen where there's things with these two to some extent and degree. Like, all right, not on a regular, not like an intimate thing, like not like lovey dovey and stuff, but like there's definitely something there. I don't know if it involves dominance, if you know what I'm saying, being tied up. All right, just seeing that energy there. Yeah, where this person talks all nasty. I definitely think he speaks to Chantal the way he spoke to Kybella. I don't care what Chantal says. Again, general reading for entertainment purposes only.
I've been saying this for years. I don't know the extent of Chantal's intimate interests or fetishes, but I've been saying it for a long time. I feel, my opinion, that she has a humiliation, degradation fetish. I feel that's a definite possibility there. That she gets off on being humiliated and degraded. That's just my opinion.
Allegedly, in my opinion, I absolutely have seen it and I didn't want to see it. Okay, in reading one or two readings, and yeah, it's just what I felt even back when the thing happened with Kybella. I don't know if I said that in my Kybella reading that I did back then, but I definitely think Chantal, definitely, that's how he talks to Chantal, as far as I'm concerned. I even just saw in my head, those of you of a certain age might remember Two Girls, One Cup. Oh, it's, and it,
No, not Two Girls, One Cup. Not that.
because I looked down and I saw the two people in the cups, and I saw that flash. All
Ugh.
right, so shut up, don't tell me. All right, anyway, again, allegedly, just in my opinion, if entertainment only. Oh my god. All right, how is Salah feeling about? Show me more, I guess, about how he's feeling about what Chantal said specifically about him. All right. So the six of coin and this moon. As soon as I saw the moon, like when I saw this, I was like, oh, um, he's like, I'm sorry, I had to like shake out the image because when I saw the moon, all right. I think one of the reasons Chantal made the video she made earlier today was she's like in this kind of like wah, all upset and stuff is because I feel like Salah may have said, you know what, Chantal, why don't I let your audience know the truth about what's been going on between us, you know, like the arrangement that we made to begin with, because there's definitely something between them, a give and take, all right, some sort of arrangement that got these two together to begin with. And the things in the dark, that when I saw this moon, I don't. Oh, sometimes I see this moon as like having to do with being crazy, or like loony in the moon, or things being hidden. Okay, the things that are hidden. Sometimes the things we hide from our own self. But when I saw this, I feel like it's clarifying what the things I just mentioned that none of us actually want to visualize. That has to do with their relationship. Okay, not.
You know what? If Salah did make a video where he sat down and spilled all the dirty tea about Chantal, he would make more money on his gaming channel than whatever Chantal's paying him per month or per year. Like if he just got sick of this whole arrangement, he could sit down and just talk and spill all the dirty tea, and girl world would listen. And if he wanted away from Chantal, she would get away after that because the illusion would be completely broken. So go for it, Salah. You want away from Chantal, you want to make some money, go ahead and make a video. She'll leave.
Only the give and take that might have to do with like you know, an arrangement, all right, that has to do with coin, things of that nature, like I scratch your back, you scratch mine, there's something we both get out of this, that's why we're both in this kind of thing. And I also think that she was supposed to help him out of a certain type of situation, and I don't think she fully disclosed the financial ruins that she was in when she first got with.
Well, we've been saying that for the longest, Melissa. We have been saying that for a long time, that more than likely Chantal lied to Salah about everything she would do for him and all the money she would give him, and just stick with me, kid. You stick with me and you'll be on the golden path. Like she baited the golden hook and he was the fish that took a bite, and she reeled him in. She told him about, oh, my channel makes $20,000-$30,000 a month. Like I am such a money maker. And of course, him being dumb and greedy, he wanted to jump on that gold mine before somebody else did. So he allowed her to move all the way over there and set her up, not knowing or thinking that he was being lied to. I think he's figured it out by now. I think it's been enough time that he has figured it out that she's a liar. But now they're in a situation where they're kind of stuck together. But she's been a liar all along.
With him, I just feel it, so I'm saying it. But when I see this moon, I feel like there are things that have gone on in their relationship that are hidden, that are private, okay, that are done in the dark, and that Salah may have. This is just something I feel. I feel like after he caught wind, I feel like he did see the live stream, and I feel like he understands more than Chantal is like saying in her video, and I feel like that is why he is so disgusted and upset, and I feel like her saying that thing like, he doesn't understand slang and stuff. It's very easy to just Google what does this term mean, this slang or whatever, right? It's not like he's not a moron. He is, but he isn't. Do you know what I'm saying?
Tries to fool herself into thinking he's dumb. But Chantal, let's remember, he knew enough about technology and social media that not only did he make an account on Instagram, he also made another account on Instagram that you did not know about and invited Kai Bella to that account. And he knew how to use what is it called? Stealth mode, where as soon as you get through with the conversation, the messages disappear. He knew enough about the settings on Instagram that he was wanting to talk to her and not get caught. He was concerned about not getting caught, but he never figured in that Kai Bella might have two phones and might be screenshotting everything. So because of that, he got caught. But if he was so stupid as far as technology, I don't think he'd know about stealth mode on Instagram. Do you? He's not the dummy that you think he is.
Okay, like when it comes to put it this way, English is my first language, and even though I do the Salah impersonation, it's not done to disrespect like his speaking in a second language or whatever. In no way. I grew up in Queens, New York, where like the majority of the people I grew up with were from other countries. Um, if you're unfamiliar, Queens, anyway, it's a melting pot of, you know, whatever. Anyways, the point is, like, he speaks better English than me. Like, so, and I'm not even being funny, all right? Uh, and I feel like he definitely knows like, he knows, he understands whatever. And I think it's Chantal, she, like, I think has gone to him like, oh my God, this panel did this to me on purpose. They wanted to put me in a bad light and use whatever my past against me. But, and I'm seeing this, and I feel like Salah said this to her. I'm just going to say it again. General reading, entertainment only, just in my opinion, allegedly, blah, blah, blah. There was that moment when the male on the show, whichever guy, said, so and so is going to send me or wants to send me the picture of your meow meow. Can he? Like, or how do you feel? Whatever. Like, asking permission, basically. And there were, I don't remember Tina saying anything, but I feel like there was at least two other females whose faces were I could see because I saw the clip. And I don't know if there was one or two other females besides the three that I could visually see. I didn't watch the episode because it's just too much, all the talking. But I saw, the reaction channel showing clips. I saw what happened. And I feel like so did Salah. And in that moment, I feel like he says to Chantal, when that person was like, hey, can so-and-so send me the meow, meow, like, blah, blah, blah. Two, at least I heard two of the females say, no, 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 don't do that, no. And then Chantal's like, yeah, whatever, it's online, what am I going to do about it? So I feel like a big part of what he might be and why Chantal is bringing up so much in her video about this specifically is because I feel like Salah probably was like, yeah, two of the other females were like, no, no, no. And they're not even Muslim. They have no, you know what I mean? Like, and they were saying no. And you just made it like it was no big deal. I feel like he definitely saw the show and he knows, and he's, yeah, look, on the bottom, the Hierophant, the Ace of Sword. I'm seeing this king again. and under him is this 10 of wands, and under that is this 4 of cup. So I feel like Salah maybe bringing up the religion, you're Muslim, all right, whatever, like in general, like you should not have done that show. And if you were going to go on that show, I almost feel like Chantal is trying to represent it like they manipulated and, like twisted things. But I don't think Salah is buying that. Yeah, as I'm shuffling, I see now the 7 of sword. Like I was manipulated, and I think Salah is like calling her out on her lies. That I'm cutting, and I'm seeing the 6 of wands, attention, wanting attention. I think Salah actually may have even called out Chantal as being someone that wants attention, no matter if it's good or bad. And I think he's actually stressed out here because of maybe the implications this might have, because of what she said on that show. And
Exactly. Like I said, he doesn't care what Chantal chooses to do with her own body, as long as whatever she's doing only affects her. But if what she's doing and what she's saying in some way it's going to negatively affect him and his family and the family name, I think he cares about that because he's worried about, Kuwait, the laws in Kuwait, the legal repercussions that might come because of the things that she's saying and that she's doing, and that's why he's mad.
that she's wearing a hijab while she's saying it, and that he may have actually went and stayed with a family member or something, because yeah, I'm seeing this again, chariot, as I'm cutting. He may feel like he's worked on this enough and he's not going this destroyed. I'm seeing this again as I'm cutting. He may feel like this destroyed any chance of the couple's channel going anywhere or being rebuilt in some sort of way, with this 8 of pentacle being here. And that she made this choice not only to go on this, like she didn't have to do that.
No.
Right? She made a choice, and he now has to make a choice, or some choices might be made for them because of this appearance. So I don't know if that's why now she's trying to do quality control and be like, I'm a victim and I've been victimized. Is Salah going to stay in this connection? Like, what's going to happen between Salah and Chantal and their connection? This is like flipping out. I don't know if it came out in reverse though or upright. That would be like a new beginning of love. He might be like, yeah, we're going to Canada. You better find a way to get me there.
Or not very likely though. If he's trying to threaten her with, I've waited 3 years to go to Canada, that was part of the deal, and it's been 3 years, you better get me to Canada. There's no way that she can. She can't sponsor him. She can't be a guarantor of sponsorship. Nothing. If she doesn't have enough money to go back home and start up things just for her, how could she possibly sponsor him? So are you seeing how all of this is lining up, Chantal? Fate is saying it's time to end this. It's time. It's time to stop being fake. It's time to stop being phony and pretending to be something you're not. And at the same time, you're not only making yourself miserable, but other people around you. It's time to stop denying who and what you are and go home and fix yourself. You've been running and running and running, and there's no place left to run to. You've got to go home. And it's going to happen one way or another at some time or another real soon. Because that tower is falling. It is putrid. The stones are not solid. They are crumbling. Soon the whole thing will be crashing down around you. Either Salah's going to put you on a plane and send you back to Canada real soon, or you're going to lose him anyway because you're going to reach a place where you are absolutely penniless and you'll have to go back. You can't afford to keep them. And if you wait for that to happen, you're going to go back to Canada and not be able to set yourself up. So, again, it's not a matter of winning or losing. You've already lost the game. Now it's a matter of how much do you want to lose? Do you want to lose it all to where you can't rebuild again? Don't worry about a fake, phony relationship. Go into survival mode if you care. Think about your survival. He'll do fine. He's all right. Think about yourself.
Or I'm letting oh, so that's what I was seeing in that moon card, like almost him threatening in a way, like you went on this panel and said all these in very like allowed them to talk about not just your past, but things that have to do with me, our relationship, the whole Kybella thing, the fetish, the stuff, the 2 girls, 1 cup. All right, you know what I'm saying?
No.
Stuff. I think he may have even said to her, like, I'll spill everything about not only the financial back and forth things that were promised in order for us to be together and for me to be in this connection, but like the weird shit you do when you're my dog or you're cleaning the toilet with your tongue. Just saying. So
Yeah.
show me, like, why did this flip over? Why did this one come out when it comes to the future of the relationship? So yeah, I don't know. There might be something to do with moving to a different place in the world. There might like what the reason for him to be in this connection, the investment, or the 7 of coin for me, that's the person making the investment. I don't know if it's they might be going someplace soon, traveling somewhere with this world being here.
I don't know about the both of them. I mean, she barely has any money. Even when after she gets paid from YouTube in about 6, 7 days, she's not going to have enough money to go anywhere with him and pay for his expenses. I think if she goes somewhere, it's going to be by herself. I mean, if he's as angry as you say he is, Melissa, I don't know why he'd want to travel with her. I feel like there's a lot of distance between the two of them, a lot of unhappiness. So why would two unhappy, miserable people want to go anywhere together? The last time she went to Thailand, he chose not to go. And he wasn't nearly as angry at Chantal as he is now. So I don't know. I think she'll be traveling by herself.
I mean, he's gonna stay with her. I don't see like walking
No.
away. I don't know if he has any better options.
There's always a better option. There's always a better option. What is he going to do? Hang on to her until she's got a nickel in her pocket and then take the nickel and run? I mean, how much is enough? When is too much too much? Why hang on to her? She's not going to last forever. This whole thing is not going to last forever. It's let go now.
Or if he's looking at this now like he can like expose her and that she has to make a choice now. Like, all right, Chantal, what are we going to do here?
Oh, so he might be going to her saying, I could sit down and do a tea video And the amount that you're paying me, these little meager cheap amounts that you're paying me, I could make 10 times that on YouTube. Since you brought me on YouTube and these people know about me, I could sit down and make one video on my channel talking about you and make 10 times the amount in 1 month than what you pay me per month. And she knows he's right. He could sit down and do a tea video all about her and the 3 years that she's been there and all the lies that she told, and girl world would listen. It doesn't mean we're going to like Salah. Nobody likes Salah. We are going to be calling him Scatman forever. You hear that, Salad? We're never going to like you. But you got something interesting to say. We'll listen. Yes, we will.
Because he has nothing to lose. I feel like looking at these cups. And I think he feels like because Chantal spoke about like the way she spoke about him on that panel, I feel like he feels like she made life hard, like made it more difficult for him to separate himself from her.
Yeah, I got news for you, Salad, about that. Let's talk about that. Even if Chantal went home to Canada and said, we're done here, the two of you will never be done because you created an online presence with her for 3 years. If people look up your name, they're going to find her name. And then, what they do some more digging, they can find out all the things she's done, and she's done a lot. Whether she's in Kuwait or not, the two of you are forever linked online. So it's already too late. Your online social media presence is ruined forever. So there's no chance of getting online and getting famous and making yourself rich. That's over with. You made a bad choice putting your hooks into that Lolcow, that horror cow, making her your piggy bank. But you'll find out. You will.
If that makes sense. Like, if she goes down, it's almost like they both, like, if one goes down, the other goes down with them, kind of thing. Well, I will say this, that he's totally going to be controlling her or the money or something from here on out. Or, like,
he already is. Girlfriend can't go and get a coffee at a cafe without her card getting declined. She's letting him control the money. That's crazy. A controlling freak like Chantal letting someone like Salad control her money to the point where she can't even go get a cup of coffee. But that's where we are, y'all.
She's like allowing for him to have full control over things that go on in the relationship. If she's going to do an interview or talk to someone or he might even be like, there's no more putting any videos out unless I see them first and I edit them, that I have total control. This is like about controlling things. Yeah. I don't see him walking away though, which is weird. So yeah, I don't know. There might be something with these two humiliating each other. As I peeked, that I just saw this flash of the devil card and the 8 of cups. That whole thing, like, what? I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna leave. What, and what are you gonna do to make me stay? And like humiliating one another, because like this relationship
sounds a little bit like her and Natter, because they like to play games with one another, like tug of war, power play games. She does like to do that with people. Like she said, she loves the drama and she likes the making up, but she does like the high intensity like that.
Weird. They lie to each other. They lie to themselves. They're both deceptive people. So, but I don't see him permanently walking away there.
He's an idiot.
Spotting this devil in the 7 here. All right, so I guess I'll end this by asking, about the panel. So, judgment, I'm seeing the devil again. Tell me, I guess, the collective energy of the panel. Like, did they really, what was the purpose of her asking her to be on that panel to begin with? Like, why did
Attention and money.
why did they ask her to be on Lolcow? Like, what was the purpose? Can you buzz me through the blinds of the collective energies, minds, like in general, some idea of what they were feeling? Like, how did these people feel about Chantal in general, and why would they want her on the show? Page of Sword, Temperance, the Lovers. Nine of Sword, the Tower.
Ooh.
King of Sword, Six of Wands, Death. I don't know if I mean, I'm not sure now if I'm feeling like they know she's a hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
Now they may have known by bringing up certain things from the past, or they may have hoped. Okay, like if we bring up certain things, now I don't know if this is like the collective, like all of them, because I'm feeling like some of them maybe weren't like feeling this rough about it. Like one or two or three of the energies may have like not known what to expect, or
You know what I'm getting off those cards, Melissa? Like they got the tower, you've got the death card, you got all the other cards. Keemstar, he took people like Boogie and Wings of Redemption, and he's like, I can use these lolcows, these known lolcows. And I'm getting a picture in my head. When I was a kid growing up watching the Bionic Man, the Bionic Woman, we can rebuild, we have the technology. That's how Keemstar sees himself. I can take these self destructive lolcows and mold them and transform them to be money makers for me. They can be under my direction and they can help me make money. And so he did that with Boogie and Wings. And maybe he saw a little of that potential in Chantal, that he saw her as a bit of a tower, but he thought, this is a tower, but it's not that bad because I've dealt with controversial people before. But he did not know the extent of who Chantal was. So he thought, like, this is the lolcow. This is a known lolcow, and she's got some haters, but I can work with her and I can turn her into money for me. And then he found out how manipulative and evil and vile and how much of a doxer she was. And he's like, oh no. Oh no. I didn't know all of this. Oh no. And he just vetoed that idea. He absolutely vetoed it. But he may have been looking at her as, this is a known lolcow and I can turn this into a moneymaker for me. But once he found out that she's a liability, he said, nope.
Actually thought she may have made a good fit, all right, in some aspect to be on the panel. But this makes me feel like it was expected by most of them, or maybe specifically one or two people, that if they poked and prodded or like brought up things from the past, like that she's easy to upset.
Yeah.
Chantal, because she is unbalanced. They could have even looked at it like, or they could actually feel now, all right, that she's burying herself by not, like, no one made her go on the show. Okay,
Nope.
no one made you talk about your husband the way you spoke about your husband. All right, um, like it's obvious, and this is just what I'm feeling, that one or more of the people that on the panel feel like it's obvious that you came on the show because you're a hot mess. You did your homework, okay? Investigated, did your little, snooping on us on the panel. All right. Um, we didn't make you say what we didn't make you be a hot mess. You could have come on the panel and represented yourself in a certain sort of way, but you didn't do that. That was your choice. If you are a hot mess, well, welcome to the party. Everyone here is.
Yeah, and that was part of the problem with the Lolcow panel. It could have gone a whole different way. She could have presented it as, this is what I did before. This is not what I'm doing right now, though. And as far as my husband's fetish, I would prefer not to talk about that. I mean, she could have painted that whole picture like that. She could have also gotten up on panel and apologized for some of the things she did and some of the things she said. And really just shown I am changed, or I am changing, and I am taking accountability, and I'm meaning it this time, and it would have been better received. But the reason why she got so upset on that panel, and even when the panel was over, is because she hasn't changed. And the way she behaved and the way she reacted proves she hasn't changed. That although she went up there dressed and presenting herself as Miriam, she's still Foodie Beauty. She always has been. She never stopped. Like Miriam and Foodie Beauty are two different personalities, and she just switches off when she wants to. The person who went up on panel was dressed as Miriam, but acting as Foodie Beauty. And it was Foodie Beauty who was running her mouth on that panel. And that is what got her in trouble.
That's what we are. You knew that when you came on. Like, don't act like you don't watch or you don't know. Okay? And now because we're not, you know, we don't think you're smart enough or sassy enough or quick-witted enough to like sit here with us permanently, you know, like we didn't embrace you and celebrate you. Now you want us to pull, you know, out the part where you were, sitting on the panel, or you
I'm getting a message from Spirit. Here's Chantal's thinking. If I can't own the tower, I'm going to set the whole tower on fire. That's what Spirit just told me. Her way of thinking is, if I can't own the tower, if I can't live in the tower, I'm going to set the tower on fire because I don't want anybody else to live there, and I don't want anybody else to own it either. That's her way of thinking.
you want to make it seem like we came for you or we wanted this for you or we, but you did that to your own self. Like, matter of fact, when we actually gave you a chance to make yourself look more balanced or show how you're different now than you were in the past, even those two energies or whatever, those three people were like, no, no, don't, the meow meow picture, no, no, no. But you were like, oh, what's the big deal? It's out there. We all know it's out there. That's not the point. And the person actually said, can I show this? Can this person send this to me? Can I look at this? And you could have been like, no, I'd rather you not, because I know I was a mess then, but that's not who I am now. And then say some witty comeback. Or, like,
Right.
that was your chance to be witty, to show that you're a better person than you were in the past, to show that that old version of yourself is dead and gone. But, like, no, you didn't. You just kind of repeated, like, who you was back in the day. Just the same thing. Oh, I've been victimized and this and that. Like, yeah, all right, that's what I'm feeling there from that. So, I guess I'll end this by asking, what might we see in the near future from Chantal? The future's not written. People make choices today that determine their tomorrows. But we can ask the cards and see. Can you show me, please, what might we see in the near future with Chantal? Just a little something. What might we see in the near future? Okay. Temperance on the bottom, 2 of Pentacle, the 8 of Pentacle, 6 of the Fool. This is the energy that is walking towards the new beginning, not looking at what they're walking into. They could be going into anything. They don't know. Sometimes it's, oh, that was weird. That was weird. I have to look back now and see, like, why did that fall over? Did I do something?
Actually, Melissa, the light being on the ground like that helps to see the cards better.
And in honor of the holiday season, to be festive, I made my moon green for the Grinch. I love the Grinch. Anyway, yeah, that was weird. I have to watch this back now and see like what happened. So, anyway, what the hell was I saying? Yeah, the Fool. I sometimes I feel this is the energy. Did I hit it? What happened? Did I? All right, that was weird. Now I have to watch that back. The Fool. Yeah. So besides being an energy that's walking towards a new beginning and kind of being, so she, all right, this whole energy, she's gonna keep it going with like, I'm naive. I didn't know what I was getting into. She's gonna continue to be defensive. She's not gonna like own up to anything. Oh, she's so weird. Like, just if you would just do that, I guess, because then if you own up to it, then your behavior is expected to change. Like, don't repeat the mistake, right? But she's not gonna do that. All right. Anyway, this is also the energy I sometimes say is the person that doesn't or hasn't learned from their mistakes and repeats them. So in the near future, we're gonna see a continuation of her making stupid, foolish choices, saying foolish, stupid shit, being defensive, feeling like it's everyone else's fault. Okay. And yeah, continuing, I guess, the persona of like, I'm doing stuff behind the scenes, guys, as far as like balancing herself out or working on her health journey. And I think she's going to continue to show us some mukbangs and try to like work. I'm working on myself. I'm working on myself. And she's going to continue to work on trying to keep Salah from, I guess, escaping or threatening to leave. I feel like he's definitely threatened to leave or is spending time away from the house. I don't.
I feel that too. I feel that the more that she does, the more he spends time away from her and the more she falls apart because I think she can feel that she's at the end with him, that the end is near and she doesn't want to face it. She doesn't want to go through with it. She doesn't want her time in Kuwait to be over, but it's going to be over one way or another. Either way, any way she goes, she loses him. Either he's going to snap and yank the lease of the apartment and say, "Get back to Canada, biatch. I don't want to deal with you anymore." Or she's going to run out of money and he's going to get tired of the lack of money and kick her out anyway. So either way you go, Chantal, he's out of your life. And he needs to be because the two of you make each other miserable. And that is exactly why fate is pulling you apart. He's not supposed to be in your world. You're not supposed to be in his world. The two of you are stopping each other from being what you're supposed to be and being where you're supposed to be. Like you are in each other's way. So fate is saying, let's separate these two. Because as long as you, Chantal, are around him, you are not going to be your authentic self. You are not going to work towards your authentic self. You're going to continue to try to be a fake and a phony.
I think he fully, yeah, because like she's like, yeah, you don't understand. When I said I suck his dick, I didn't mean it. It's just a, it didn't. And they're just saying whatever because they're just trying to get attention. But he knows it's because she wants attention, and she even
Yeah. And that's always been a problem. She has as much of an addiction for attention as she does to food. And she's very manipulative with that addiction for attention. If she wants your attention and you don't give it to her, she'll do something self destructive. And then when you find out about it, she's going to turn it around and gaslight you and say, look what you made me do. You weren't here giving me attention. And that led me to eating a bunch of food and having a bee moment or going online and making a fool of myself. And it's your fault because you weren't here to stop me. Yeah, she'll flip the script like that.
wants it from him. And I think now it's going to be like I saw in my other reading for them, facing off. I almost wonder if she did what she did. I feel like he did know she was offered that opportunity, and I think he was like, oh hell no. And I think she did it anyway, just to push the buttons and test the waters and be like, no, I'm in charge. I'm in charge. All right. And thinking also that she's like so witty and smart and hilarious that they'd want her there and that she would like be the new member of that panel. But just she made herself look like a fool. No one made you look like a fool, Chantal. You
No,
did that perfectly well, all on your lonesome.
right.
All right, that's the fucking reading. I'll see you guys next time.
So that was the reading from Melissa Gold Tarot. Excellent reading, Melissa. Really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Look down below for the link for the original video in the description and check out all the Melissa Gold Tarot's content. Sub up to her channel, give her a like. Let her know how much you enjoy these readings because I know I do. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.